All right, welcome everybody to our training about binary options and what can you do in these crazy markets. And yeah, we are using a different technology today. As you can see, we're coming here live on YouTube, and with me here is my head coach, Mark Hodge. Hey, Mark, how are you?
Hey, Marcus. Hello, everyone.
Right now, markets are crazy. And one of the questions that we receive all the time is, what can you do in these crazy markets? I mean, right now, as we're going live here on YouTube, it is Sunday evening, March 22nd. The futures markets just opened. Mark, when did they open? Like an hour ago? And already limit down. So we're probably in for a wild ride tomorrow. Now, when you're trading stocks and options right now, this might be super challenging. But this is why we want to bring you something tonight to show you how you can approach these markets with binary options. Now, binary options sometimes have a bad annotation. Connotation, annotation. Mark, what do you say to this?
Bad rap.
A bad rap. Okay, so here's what we're going to do tonight. So, we want to show you why we love trading binary options. And if you have been following us on YouTube, then you know that we have been talking about it. And many of you are probably already in this program and making money right now in these crazy markets. Now, what I hear in the background is this tick tick whenever you leave a comment, which is fantastic. Hope that doesn't get too annoying as you watch the replay. So if you hear a blip, it's whenever somebody leaves a comment. Anyhow, so we're going to talk about why we love binary options. We're going to talk about the 5 things you need to know. And also our favorite trading strategy for binary options. And this is something you're going to love because it is absolutely unique. Nobody else is doing it. And it's a huge opportunity for you to do something that nobody else does. And while other traders are right now getting shredded to pieces in these crazy markets, you can actually benefit from it. Not only from these markets, but overall. I mean, we have been trading this for quite a while, and I'm going to share the results with you. Plus, I will then also invite you, if you want, to trade this strategy with us this week. So, if this sounds good, then give me a like, a heads up. So there's somewhere a thumbs up on this page. Give us a quick like, thumbs up, and then we can get started. All right, fantastic. So why do we love binary options? Let's start with the obvious. I mean, everybody wants to know, what are the results? So here is what we have been doing. We started with a $3,200 account. And since the beginning of the year, which is right now, 2.5 months, a little bit over 2.5 months, almost 3 months, made $1,447 in profit. That's 45% in only 2.5 months. And you see the equity curve right there. This is what it looks like. And you also will notice that, yes, there are some losses in there. So always keep this in mind when trading. There are some losses. Also, these results are probably not typical. It's something that we achieved, but we want to show you tonight how exactly we did it, what we are trading, and then, invite you to trade along with us if this sounds good to you. Good. So wait, say what? Like cute baby pictures here. So I brought this in here. All right, but let's talk about the 5 things you need to know about binary options. Number 1, what are binary options? Binary options are super, super easy to trade, and this is why they are perfect for beginners. But you see, even if you're an experienced trader, you're going to love it because they are so easy to trade. Here's how it works. All you need to do is basically say, are markets trading above or below a certain level? So here in this example, we are looking at the gold market. And we want to say, okay, is gold actually trading above 1,700 or closing above 1,700 by the end of the day or below? And here's how it works. You actually pay for a binary option. Let's say you're paying $40 for the binary option. So this is the money that you put on the table. If you're right, and by the end of the day, gold closes above 1,700, this means that now you're making $100. See, this is what you see right there. It's plus $100. So this means you put $40 on the table, you're getting $100 back, means you made $60. If you're wrong and binary and the option or gold closes below 1,700, then you lose the money that you put on the table. In this example, $40. Does this make sense thus far? Super easy to understand. We're going to show you many more examples. But that's the gist. That's basically it. So it's pretty cool. Either at night, like right now, you can bet where will a market close tomorrow at the close, right? And you can do it in the morning, can do it throughout the day. That's the beautiful thing about binary options. And there's a plethora of markets, and we'll go through this in a moment. Now, the key question is, are binary options legit? Because we just talked about it, binary options do have a bad rap. And here's why. I mean, the FBI actually on their website says that there are binary options fraud, and that is true. This is when you trade binary options overseas. See, the only way for us to trade binary options is through Nadex. Nadex is the North American derivative exchange here in the United States, regulated by the government in Chicago, and it is a real exchange. So it is regulated by the Commodities Futures Trading Commissions, and therefore this is the only broker, if you want so, to go through with. Anything else, I mean, you might see, I'm pretty sure that on this video here, very shortly, we received some spam comments like, oh, go to this not Bitcoin stuff, to this binary option stuff or that binary option stuff. Don't do it. Usually, when you wire your money anywhere else but Nadex, you'll never see it again. So keep this in mind. You want to trade binary options as Nadex. So because the next question is, are binary options legal? Here's the deal. Yes, they are in the United States. They're legal if you're trading them at a regulated broker. Now, I heard that there is a second regulated broker in the United States. I have looked for it and I couldn't find it. So maybe I was misinformed. So the only one that I know is Nadex. So anyhow, this brings me back to what is the best broker? And again, Nadex. So you get the idea, right? As long as you open an account with Nadex, your money is safe. And here's the cool thing. You can open an account with just a debit card. So if you have a debit card, any debit card, you can open an account with Nadex. And if you want to withdraw money, you can do it the next day and it will be transferred back. So it's super easy and you can open it with as little as $500, right, Mark? Is it $500? I believe that's what it is.
It might even be $250, but hey, 500 works too.
500, 250. We're going to tell you in a moment what we recommend you should do, right? But the cool thing is you can do it with a rather small account. The other cool thing is that Nadex is the exchange itself. So you're cutting actually out the broker and therefore the middleman. This is why commissions are super cheap. Commissions are only $1. And we'll talk about this a little bit more in just a moment. So number 5, can you really make money trading binary options? Well, you see, for some, it might sound like gambling when you're trading binary options. But here's the cool thing. Today, we are going to show you a strategy that we are using to systematically make money with Nadex here. Now, again, all risk disclaimers. You see all these valleys and tops. So whenever this drops down, it means that there was a loss. So losses are part of the business. And never trade with money that you cannot afford to lose, because it can happen. Anyhow, so that's what we did. And I should probably also say as a disclaimer, results are never typical. We never know what's going to happen at the exchanges, right? We never know what's happening for the markets. But Mark, how long have we been trading this? It has been quite a few months. It has been probably, what, almost a year?
I know we talked about this idea a couple years ago when we first started trading binary options. So it's kind of an evolving strategy, and then, maybe 6 months to a year, we've been very active with it.
Yeah. All right. So these are the main 5 things that you need to know about binary options. Is this making sense thus far? Because if it is, just give me a thumbs up. So this way I know that we are not going too fast. But you see, I want to go through this rather quickly because, I mean, you're probably here to learn the strategy, right? And we can always revisit the fundamentals a little bit later when we are talking about the question and answer. So for now, if we're going at a good pace, if you like the fast pace, give me a thumbs up, give me a like really quick, or type in a yes. Either way is fine. Okay, so let's talk about the best trading strategy for trading binary options the way how we like to do it. So let's recap. So we have a binary option, and with the binary option, we are basically specifying, is a certain market, in this example, right there, in this example, is gold closing above 1700 or below 1700? So this is where you see a risk graph like this, and the risk graph basically shows you right here. Okay, so let's say, oops. Yeah, in our example that we are risking $40 if it is closing above 1700, we make $60, and if it closes below, we lose $40. Pretty straightforward. We already talked about this. Okay, but wait, there's more, and this is something that very, very few traders know about, and this is something that we want to show you tonight. There are so-called call spreads. Now, they are not like usual spreads when you're trading options, because here is how it works. So first of all, call spreads are not limited to a payout of $100 and $0. As you can see in this example, it is actually $400 if it closes above a certain level and $0 if it closes below a certain level. So you already see two main differences to a regular binary option. With this call spread, you have two levels. You have a ceiling and you have a floor. In this example, the ceiling is 27,200 and the floor is 20,600. Now, typically, you're buying a binary option somewhere in between. So in this example, for example, at 26,900. Let me just see. I thought that I had a few more numbers there, but let me just run you through the numbers really quick. So if now the binary options are trading above the ceiling, you're getting $400 back. If they're trading below, you're not getting anything. But here's the really cool thing. For every dollar that they're trading, or every point that they're trading above your entry price, you're making $1. So with these call spreads, and that's the fascinating thing. So just try to understand the general concept, because we show you how we use this and combine it here in just a moment. But with this general concept, it means that you can make money if you're just trading above your entry price. In this example, 26,900. Therefore, the risk graph of a call spread looks a little bit different. You see it here. So yes, we still have a risk, in this case, $120, and we have a maximum right here of $280, right? But you make money in between as the market is moving towards your desired result, the ceiling here. Okay, so I know a lot of information all looks very theoretical, so this is why now let's talk about the perfect combination. And this is something that I have not seen anybody else do it. Mark, have you? Is anybody else doing what we're about to show you here right now?
Honestly, Mark, I haven't seen that. And I did hear that my audio is pretty low, so I'm going to try to talk as loud as I can.
Yeah.
I just want to see if this is a little bit better.
You have to really talk as loud as you can possibly talk.
Yeah, I'm going to try. I'm going to try. But yeah.
I'm going to turn Mark up also here in a moment. It's just something, again, we are using a new technology here. And but I promise, Mark will be better to hear. Okay, so let's talk about the perfect combination. So the perfect combination is like a PB&J, peanut butter and jelly. It is like cookies and milk. It is like spaghetti and meatballs, right? I mean, you get the idea. So the perfect combination here is when we combine these two strategies, when we combine binary options and these so-called call spreads. Because here is what's happened, and this is the absolute cool thing that you're going to love. So here, you see, we are making money if we are closing above a certain price. But we are also making money if we are closing below a certain price. So it's basically like a hedge. The worst thing that can happen is if we are closing where we opened in the morning or whenever we put the spread on. And I mean, come on. You have seen the crazy markets here in March. You have seen how they're melting down. How many times have you seen that they're closing exactly where they opened? Not very many times. So here's the cool thing. With this combined risk graph, this is what you see here. You're making $188 if it moves the anticipated direction, but you're also making money anywhere between, what is it here, $50 to maybe $80, if it does not go where you want it to be, and only if it is in a very, very narrow range, that's when you're losing money. Okay, so I know all very theoretical. We want to show you many examples here in just a moment, but again, is this making sense thus far? Are you with me? Just wanted to make sure that we are not going too fast, because in a moment I'm going to hand it over to Mark, who will show you some very specific examples here. Okay, so if you're going at a good pace, just say yes in the chat box or give me a quick thumbs up, so that we know that we are going at the right pace here. All right, so let's actually walk through a few examples. And Mark, I am going to hand you over the screen, and I'll make sure that your sound is turned up.
Excellent. So, as Marcus said, it's a unique strategy where we are combining call spreads and binaries. And Marcus, we didn't really clarify this before, but you want me to run through these slides, correct?
Yes.
Okay, just want to make sure we're on the same page. So I know that you just covered the basics of a call or a binary, and you touched upon call spreads. Binary options are often known as all or nothing option because when they settle, which means when they expire, they will either be worth 100 or they will be worth 0. So it's considered to be cash settled. This means that when you put on a trade, you know your risk. Your risk cannot increase. You know it when you put the trade on, and the money that's risk is actually deducted from your account. It can't get any worse than the risk that you have at the beginning of the trade. So with Nadex binary options, since they settle for 0 or $100, then a buyer is going to see the max risk with the price that they pay. As an example, if you buy a binary option for $30, then that is your max risk. If you buy a binary option for $40, that is your max risk. Now, because the option will either be worth 0 or 100, if you buy an option for 30 and you are right, then you get $100 back, and your max reward is 100 minus the price you paid. And in that example, it'd be $30. So your reward would be $70. So your max risk is always defined as a buyer by whatever you pay. You know what the max risk is, you know what the potential reward is, and it's very, very simple here. It's a little bit different because just like anything, if you sell a computer, if you sell a car, if you sell a watch, whatever you're selling, you get that money. Same thing goes for a binary. So if you sell at $60, that's your max reward. If you sell for $70, that's your max reward. And then the max risk is $100 minus whatever the max reward was. So if you sell a binary for $70 and at expiration it's worth 0, then that means that your max risk is 100 minus 70, or just $30. So the difference between the risk and the reward will depend on whether you're a buyer or seller, but it's always set when you go to put the trade on, so there's no surprises, and the most you can lose is the price that you pay if you're a buyer, or $100 minus the price that you received if you were a seller. As an example here, let's say that you were buying the crude oil, and honestly, these slides are not that old, but with crude oil just going on a massive slide, just a huge, huge drop in crude oil. Markets are crazy. That's one more reason why I really like these fixed risk contracts with binary options. But I did this slide just a couple of weeks ago, and crude oil was trading about $50. And if you were to buy the crude oil $53 strike binary option for $45, rewind 3 weeks, the max risk is the $45, that price you pay. The max reward then is $55, 100 minus the price you paid. So it makes it super easy to know exactly what your reward is, exactly what you're risking. And this is one of the reasons why we love binaries. Now, if we're selling crude oil and we sell the 53 strike, let's say we sell it for 52. Just like anything you sell, that's your reward. That's the potential profit, whatever the price is that you sell it at. The max risk then is 100 minus that price that you received. And if we received $52 for the contract we sold, that means our max risk is $48. So binaries are pretty cool alone, but what we found is that combining binaries with power spreads is a unique combination that actually lets you be right pretty much in 2 out of 3 scenarios. So a binary call spread is similar to an equity option call spread. It's if you know how to trade options and you know how to trade equity options, it's the same concept. Now, if you've never traded equity options, don't worry about it. You do not have to learn equity options in order to trade binaries. In fact, call spreads with binary options through Nadex are much easier to trade and much easier to learn. Now, with a call spread, your max reward is the size of the spread minus the risk. So if you have a $5 spread and your risk is 45 cents, then that means that you have a $450 or $4.55 reward. And within these markets, each takes a buck, so that's a $455 profit potential, risking just 45 bucks. So that's the beauty of call spreads. You could risk 50 to make 350, or risk 50 to make 450. So you could really get these bigger profits when there are bigger moves. The max risk, if you're long, if you're buying a spread, is your entry price minus the floor. And this makes a little more sense when we show our risk graph to combine the two, so you know what to look at. Also, if you're short, the max risk is the ceiling minus the entry. And I'm going to show an example here to make these concepts a little easier to understand. Once again, this was a slide from just a couple of weeks ago. Now we have to update it because the Dow's like trading at 18,000. So especially after tonight, down another 5%. Anyway, here's a ticket, an order ticket with Nadex, and you see it's the Wall Street 30. The Wall Street 30 tracks the E-mini Dow, and you have the 28,800 price, which is known as the floor, the 29,200 price, which is known as a ceiling. Now, when I pulled up this ticket, there was 16 hours of expiration, and here at the top right, we see the Nadex Indicative Index. That just means that this is the quote for the Dow, the E-mini Dow futures contract. We have a bid, we have an offer, and then in the lower left corner, we see max loss based on the floor, and we see max profit based on the ceiling. So although it's good to have an understanding of what the risk and what the reward is for a contract, the nice thing about Nadex and the order ticket is when you're setting up the order, it tells you exactly how much you're risking and what your potential reward is. So here with the Wall Street 30 contract, 1 point is equal to 28,800. The ceiling is 29,200. This means that we have a 400-point spread. The difference between the ceiling and floor is 400 points, and with an entry at 28,906, our max, let's go back here. So we had a 400-point spread. The entry's at 28,906. Our max risk is 106. That's our 2890 entry minus the 28,800 floor. And again, if that's confusing to you, don't worry. The math's done for you right here on the order ticket. The max loss on this is 106 bucks. The max reward is the 400-point spread minus 106, and your max reward would be 294.
What we were doing is we were going through a few examples with Mark here, but it seems that this is when we actually crashed the internet. It is this super sexy smile of Mark's that probably crashed the internet. So that makes it difficult. Here's the deal. So I just want to go back here. The perfect combination, and this is what we're going through, is when you combine these call spreads with binary options. So super cool, because when you're right, you make decent money. And if you're wrong, you're still making money, right? I mean, this is what we love about it. Then we have to continue without Mark. Okay, but here's the deal. This is why we love this strategy when you combine it. It is so awesome, and here's why. First of all, you can do this with a really small account. What do we mean by this? You can do it with an account of as little as $800. Personally, I would recommend $3,200. But hey, you can do it with as little as actually $800. So anywhere between $800 and $3,200 is great. The other thing is you can trade this every single day. And that's a beautiful thing. It doesn't matter what the markets are doing right now. As we're recording it, markets are limit down again. So tomorrow morning, we might be in for a bloodbath. But it doesn't affect these binary options. You can trade because tomorrow at some point, the locked limit will be lifted and we will move around like crazy. And that's exactly what we are looking for. We need moving markets. Now, the other cool thing is you can put these trades on either in the evening or in the morning. Depends on you, right? If you're more of an evening person and you say, I want to do this after dinner, you can do it. If you're more of a morning person and you say, I want to do it before I go to work, you can do it. Well, right now, as you know, nobody's really going to work because we're all staying home to make sure that we are containing this crisis here, this ugly, nasty virus. So this is perfect right now. It settles every single day. So that's the other cool thing. You don't have a position really overnight because as the markets close in the afternoon, you either the money that you put on the table is being taken away or you are getting a payout if you're right. So it settles every single day. And what you'll see, there's small losses. And by small losses, I mean around $100, $150 is your loss. And you have big wins. If it works out, it's not unusual that you can make $300, $400, $500 on a winning trade. So as you can see, the risk-reward ratio is around 1 to 3, meaning for every dollar that you risk, you're trying to make $3. So that's why we like it. This is why we believe that it is so awesome. So, and here's what I wanted to show you because right now it's difficult to trade together, but I want to invite you that we are actually trading together. And for the trading together, we'll use GoToWebinar and really cross our fingers that right now with all the bandwidth, everything will be okay, right? So here's what I want to invite you, and this is up to you if you want to take it or not. I think it is awesome. So what we want to do is on Monday, tomorrow, we want to do a live class starting at 7 Eastern time, same time as today. Now, this is the class and we are doing live trading, meaning that we put on the trades together. So at first you learn what to do and then we start placing the trades live. And you know what? Since this is so much fun, we'll do it again on Tuesday. But let's first of all talk about this. Somebody told me it makes sense if I put a value to this, so I'm going to do it here. So the value is 997 of this class and trading together. But here is what I think makes so much more sense. If we continue trading on Tuesday and on Wednesday and on Thursday, so basically all 4 evenings we place the trades. Now, we have done this class once before. And trust me, at first, everybody was a little bit confused because it's something new. It's something that nobody else does. On Tuesday, everybody felt more comfortable and said, hey, you know what? This is actually pretty cool. On Wednesday, most of the class already said, woohoo, I got it. And by Thursday, everybody was already trading, know what to do. And that's a beautiful thing because that's what I would like to do. Not only teach you the class of how exactly to apply the strategy, but I also want to show you exactly how we traded live. We traded live on our account and you can follow along on your account. Now in the beginning it might make sense that you're trading on a demo account just to get familiar with it. And this is what most of the students in the last class did. So if you have been attending the last class, by the way, you are being re-invited to this class. Of course, I mean, trade live with us. I mean, you already invested in it once, so why not do it again? So for the other 4 days, these will be a little bit shorter lesson, and the value of the other 3 days that we have here of live trading is $497. So we have the class in live trading for $1,498. But here's the other cool thing. This is where you saw the risk graphs that I've shown you. So the risk graphs is actually our proprietary risk calculator tool. Oh my gosh, I cannot tell you how many weeks we worked on this because, again, this is something new. It's something that nobody else does. So we had our development team programming it from scratch. And it took us, I want to say, probably 6 to 8 weeks, right? So at some point, we might actually sell it without the class. And trust me on this one, it will be at a much, much higher price. At this point, we're thinking $997. But see, right now, I think a fair value for this tool, you'll see. You need it, it'll show you exactly how much you're risking and what your potential is. And it also shows you all the different levels. How much you make when the market closes here and here and here. You're going to love this tool. Plus, we will record everything. And not only this week's trading together, as I said, we already did this once, this class once before, and therefore you get access to the recordings of the previous class as well. Oh my gosh. And now, in the beginning, we also added some examples. So you basically have 3 weeks of examples and all of the recordings. That's a value of $299. Now, if you add it all up, that is $1,996. And let me ask you this. If all this would do for you is allow you to follow these crazy markets and have a few winning trades of $300, $400, $500, would it be worth the investment? Absolutely. If all this did for you is actually help you to make, as we did, 45% in a matter of a couple of months on your account, would it be worth the investment? Of course it is. And if this gave you something new that nobody else has, would it be worth the investment? Of course. But here's the deal. So we decided to bundle this class and make it available for $997. So this is the class plus the live trading, plus all the examples that we have in there before. But wait, there's more. As you know, right now, most people are forced to stay home. I mean, more and more states are under a stay-at-home ban, and we want to make it easy for you to say yes and trade live with us together. So this is when you say yes to this class today, and you take advantage of it before the actual class starts, I'll cut it in half, and it will be only $497. Now, I know that some of you have already taken the class. So for those of you who have already been with us in this class, again, do not invest in this class again. We will invite you. We will invite you to trade with us because, hey, didn't we have fun last time? Just let everybody else know. What did you think about the class? What did you think about the class and the live trading? Was that good? And also, if you have seen any results from this class, feel free to share it with the group here. The good, the bad, and the ugly, it doesn't really matter. I want honest feedback, and I want you, for those of you who have been taking the class, to let the others know who have not yet taken the class what you thought about it. I think it is. I think it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. So take advantage of it now. Just go to rockwelltrading.com/spreads. That's where you can sign up. Or if you have any questions, I'll be here right now to answer any of your questions, because this is really a unique opportunity. And this special price is available until we start the class. So for those of you who are watching us live here, and thank you for bearing with us through these technical problems. It seems that really right now in these times, the internet is a little bit stressed to the max. Doesn't it seem like this? I mean, this afternoon I was trying to do something and I had the spinning wheel. So sorry about this. We really try every technology that we can to make it as easy as possible for you to follow along. Anyhow, okay, so somebody's asking, looks like it's going below the 1900 support line. Well, you see, with this, it doesn't really matter because we let the numbers tell us what direction we should pick. And this is a really, really cool concept. You're going to love it. Okay, any chance we can pay the $1,200 once we make the money? You see, this is the deal. I'm offering it for you for $497. It's a no-brainer. I mean, really, do this, invest in it. I mean, it will be a blast this week. We will actually be together Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night. You are going to love it. A one-year trial? A one-year trial, trust me, this strategy, you will get it after the first 20 minutes. This strategy, even though it is unique, I can explain to you, we can explain to you in 20 minutes or less. And then it's a matter of just doing it, right? And so that's where Mark and I personally will be together with you this week, putting on the trades on in our own live account so that you can see it and that you can follow along. So Shadow Stalker says that's a damn good deal. I agree. Hey, there's a great thing. Mitch is asking, how about 99 for one day? Hey, Mitch, how about this? Let me make you a deal. How about you invest in the full class, and if after the first day you don't like it, if after you attend the first day, and if at the end of the first day you say, you know what, this is not for me, I'll give you all of your money back. How is that? So you basically get the day for free. So go to rockwelltrading.com/spreads. You sign up there, and if at the end of the first day you're not absolutely thrilled and say, wow, this is awesome and I want to keep trading with you, I'll refund you every single cent. How is that? Is that a deal? Mitch, what do you think? Let's do this. Okay. Good. All right. Gabriel is asking, is this binary options? Yes, it is. It is binary options regulated at a U.S. exchange, the Nadex, North American Derivative Exchange, regulated by the CFTC, and therefore completely legit. This is where I have my own account. This is where Mark has his account. So this is the one that we trust. I would not trust any other brokers. All right. Good. Hey, Monica, it's so good to see you here. Monica has been at the last class, and Monica is also in our mastermind and says, yeah, it's a great class, worth every single penny. Appreciate the feedback of all of you. Okay. Good. Raza, so good to see you here. Says, I went from zero knowledge of spreads and binaries, getting excited about it and actually getting it. Thank you. That is awesome. That's so good to know. Okay, so Tom is actually asking a great question. So Tom is asking, is there any alternative for Canadians who can trade binary options? Nadex closed all accounts from Canada, and they won't open them anytime soon. So here's the challenge, Tom. I mean, it's a great question. So since there are so many scammers there, the Canadian government, your government, actually said, you know what? Instead of trying to find the good ones, since 98% of them are scammers, we just ban it completely in Canada. So it's kind of throwing out the baby with the bathwater, and I know that Nadex is still working with your government. Now, think about it this way. Your government is trying to protect you. I think they're going a little bit overboard because they banned all of it. So unfortunately, at this point, if you're a Canadian citizen living in Canada, not having an address in the United States, Nadex cannot open an account for you because it is banned in Canada. So I have not found any alternatives, but I will keep looking for it. So Tom, great question. And so pretty much in all other parts of the world, it's okay. Just Canada. Sorry. Okay. Mitch says, we're dealing with a pandemic and lost jobs. We lost income and jobs. Absolutely, I agree. See, this is why I want to make it as affordable as possible. And here's what I believe. I believe that this investment that you make in the class, I really believe that you can make this back easily within a month. Now, this is my belief. It's not an income guarantee. We don't know what the markets are doing. We don't know how smart you are. Sure that you're a smart cookie because you're asking great questions, right? So I want to make it as affordable as possible, and this is the lowest price, the lowest investment I can offer this class at. So you see, here's the cool thing. With this class, with this way to trade, you're setting yourself up for success. I think Warren Buffett said it best, right? The best investment is an investment in yourself. I mean, for those of you who have been following along and have been trading it, I have seen comments where they said, you know what, made $200, $300, $400, sometimes even more. Again, no income disclaimers whatsoever. I don't want to make any claims because I don't know how well you're executing this, right? So there's always the risk of loss when you're trading, but I can just show you what we have done personally on our accounts. I mean, this is auditable, so very easy. And those of you who have shared here, what they have experienced, I mean, these are their experiences. So if they're sharing in, is it typical for all students? No, it's individual, but I appreciate you guys sharing how much money you made or lost with this strategy. Okay. Vadim is asking a great question. How long are the classes each night? You know, in the beginning, we thought, oh, it'll be just 15 minutes. And then we realized there's a lot of questions, especially in the beginning. So in the beginning, the first class will be 90 minutes. The second class will be 60 minutes. The third class, 45 minutes. And what we experience is the last class, 30 minutes, because you have less and less questions and go to what Raza just said. I went from nobody to I got it, right? So, but for the first session, plan on 90 minutes. And then after this, I would just say plan for 60 minutes. For whatever reason you can't attend, it will be recorded and you will have access to the recordings right away. Vadim, great question here. Appreciate it. Okay. Good. So KW is asking, you know what, there's a great question. You didn't even think about it. So if I got this right, $497 for live trading. That includes any future classes for trading these power spreads. Yeah, let's do this, right? I mean, at this point, honestly, I do not know if we will offer it again. We might. But right now, I just said, you know what, everybody who attended this class, when did we do the class? 4 weeks ago, maybe? I think we did it 4 weeks ago. And this is where I said, everybody who attended the class 4 weeks ago, we will invite you again for free. So, KW, here's my promise to you. If we do this class again in a few weeks from now, which I don't know yet, but if we do, I promise you'll be invited for free. How is that? Is that a good deal, KW? That sound good? John said, unfortunately, that's 900 Aussie dollars. Don't know about the Aussie dollars. Okay, but as an Australian, you can open an account with Nadex. It's pretty cool. And it's really great for you because you're on the opposite side of the world. So for you, you can trade both in the evening or in the morning. That's cool. See, the other deal is because it is more, so you also would make more money, right? So if you, let's see, if you would make $400, is this like 800 Aussie dollars? So see it on the good side. See, there's, especially in these times, we have to try to stay positive. There's so much negativity. There's so much panic. There's so much uncertainty. And I understand. I mean, right now, there's a lot of uncertainty. How long will this pandemic last? Will we lose our jobs? Will we get our jobs back? How long will the economy be down? How long are airports, restaurants, bars closed? When can we go back to our normal life? And you see, this is where I feel this is one opportunity to go back to a somewhat normal life, to have something to do every day. And again, my goal here is that with this, you are making money. That's why I'm teaching this class. This is why we are trading live with you. We're trading it with our own money. I mean, I wouldn't be trading it with my own money if I didn't believe that this is a winning proposition here, that the odds are in our favor. That's exactly what I'm looking for. So Catherine is asking, I'm already a member of Rockwell Trading. I think, Catherine, didn't you join our mastermind? So if you are in our mastermind, and if you're on the diamond or the platinum level, then this will be included. If you invested in this class, in this particular class, a few weeks ago, then we'll include it in that. Do me a favor. Do the following. Let me just quickly see if I can bring up my the phone number here. Let's do this. Catherine, if you're unsure whether this is included for you or not, call or text 512-337-1885. That's the team. They're there. So if you would just call or text them and say, hey, it's Catherine. Let me know. Do I need to invest in this class or do I already have it included? So if you're unsure, call or text 512-337-1885. The team is there, and there's a US number. So if you're calling from outside the US, make sure that you're dialing, what is it? 001, I believe, or +1, something like this. Okay, Arnab is asking, how much money do we usually put on for each trade for, say, a $3,200 account? See, usually our risk per trade is around $150. Sometimes a little bit more, sometimes 160, 170, sometimes a little bit less. But the risk is always below $200. And our goal is then to go for a risk-reward ratio of 1 to 3. So if you're risking $150, we're trying to make $450. Okay, so that's the idea. And this is why I say $3,200 account is a good size, because this way you can afford to have a few losses and you'll still be alive, right? You only lose a small percentage of your account. So the risk per trade is around $150. Sometimes a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less, $10 up, $10 down, but you get the idea. Okay, great question. Okay, so Jazzy is asking, are there any other fees associated with the Nadex platform? Okay, first of all, the platform is free. Now, Nadex is an exchange, and they make money when you trade. So here's how it works. They take $1 when you enter the trade. So $1 for entering the trade, and they take another $1 when you win. When you lose, nothing. Okay, so if you win, you pay another $1. If you lose, they don't charge anything. So these are the additional fees per trade, and per contract, you're paying $1. It's going directly to Nadex. They're deducting it from your account. So that's how it works. But there's no cost for the platform here. So Atul is asking, how to be ready for trading if I do not have set up an account with the broker? Use a demo account in the beginning. Go to rockwelltrading.com/Nadex, rockwelltrading.com/Nadex. This will get you an account, a demo account that does not expire. You know how most demo accounts expire after 30 days or 90 days? If you go to rockwelltrading.com/Nadex, if somebody could type it in the chat here, rockwelltrading.com/Nadex, this is how you can set up a demo account. I promise, it'll take you 3 minutes. 3 minutes, and you'll have a demo account tonight and can follow us tomorrow. Atul, is this making sense? And you should. If you're not familiar with this, do it on a demo account first. Great question. Luna, the water golden retriever. What was the success rate last week? Well, this is where we can go back. So here's where we were last week. So last week we had a small loss, bigger loss, small win. So I think last week was probably around break even. I would have to look at the spreadsheet. Don't want to pull it up right now. You see, I'm already jumping here back and forth. Let me just disappear from the screen here for a moment so that you can see this. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to disappear for a moment. And this way you see right here, sometimes you have the big wins. Then you have a few losses. Then you have another big win. Then you have a few losses. And then you have another big win, right? I mean, nothing goes up. This is the beautiful thing about this strategy. There's small losses, and then there's bigger wins. So your account will jump to the next level. Okay, let me come back to you because I like... Okay, Mark says, Hope works in Switzerland. And Mark is actually Ricardo. Okay, Esther says, took the class, really enjoyed them, made money in crude oil. That is awesome. Okay, Jim GoPro. 6 days of trading, 2 trades a day. I'm up $400. That's good. That's awesome, Jim. Congratulations. You're doing so great. Okay, Shadow Stalker. I know, we have been talking about this for a while. Just last week, I was able to bring in almost $700 without having all the info from the live trading class. Shadow Stalker, this is amazing. Looking forward to seeing you in the class. Kathy says, made around $200 past week. That's great. You see, it's a small account, but if you think about it, on $3,200, you're making $200, right? I mean, that's like 8% in 1 week. Would you be happy with 8% in 1 week? Honestly, if you're not happy with 8% in 1 week, there's nothing I can do for you. Or is it 7%? Somewhere around this, you get the idea. Okay? Gabriel is asking, Jim GoPro, what was their starting balance? Again, we recommend a $3,200 account. I don't know what you're opening an account with, but that's what we recommend. $3,000, $3,200. You'll be just fine. Okay, good. Atul says, how much total would be needed to start trading? You can start with as little as $800. We recommend $3,200. $800 would be the minimum. Okay, so that is the absolute minimum, but $3,200 would be ideal. If you have more, great, you can trade more. How does Nadex require account setup if you trade inside of a business? I don't know, just check the website. Should be super easy, actually. I mean, Nadex is one of the easiest brokers that I've seen to open an account. You don't need to open an account tonight. Tomorrow, give them a call. Say Marcus from Rockwell Trading sent you. They will be happy to hear that. and I'm sure that they can help you out. I believe that this is where when you use a debit card, you use a business debit card, I guess. So great questions. Okay, that is so great to see. And you know what I really, really love to see in the comments, that you're helping each other out. That is fantastic, especially in times like this. Love it when you're helping each other out. Really appreciate it. Tibor says, Nadex is not available for Canadians. Yeah, sorry about this. Any other options to bypass this situation? I'm not aware of this. I saw that here in the chat. If you look in the chat, a few people made a suggestion. I'm not aware of this. So please talk to these people. They're talking about possibly doing it through a custodian. No idea how this works, right? So I'm pretty sure that the almighty Google will know if it is possible. Lone Wolf says, unfortunately not. Okay. Tibor says, in the past, you opened a $10,000 account for demonstrating your strategies. What happened with this account? You know what? I actually, I restarted regularly just because at some point it grows so big, right? And then I'm taking money out and then I start again. I did it with 25,000 last week because there were unique opportunities in the market. Traded this together with our mastermind. On Friday alone, within a day, this account was already up $1,000 or something like this. And let's see what happens here today as the markets open. All right, guys, I know that we have been taking a little bit longer. I really thank you for all your patience. I enjoy being live with you. I love the interaction. I love that you're helping each other. Hey, we will be in this class tomorrow together. For those of you who are taking advantage of the special, rockwelltrading.com/spreads. Again, if you have previously invested in the class, don't do it again. We will invite you for tomorrow's class. Don't worry about it. If you have any questions and would like to talk to somebody, call or text 512-337-1885 or go simply to rockwelltrading.com/spreads and sign up right now. Okay, so good having you here. Have a great evening or rest of the day wherever you're watching us in the world, and I will talk to you very, very soon. All right, take care, everybody.